So you think Twitter's fucking up hip hop right now?
I mean, a little bit. I need hip hop to go back to its essence. If you have a problem with somebody else, just like KRS said, you keep it on wax all the time. You don't keep it on text.
Dead in hip hop conversations.
Mike's in town, Dead
in hip hop conversations. We're here with Night Wonder.
What's good, homie?
Peace to the A. Dead in hip hop.
Today on Dead End Hip Hop, be straight from the D, bring you the latest on the hip hop minute, and of course the infamous Dead End Hip Hop conversation. Keep it locked. Hip Hop Minute.
What up, though? This B with the Hip Hop Minute. Make sure you check out for DJ Premier doing some production for Busta Rhymes' upcoming LP, Extension 11 Event Part 2. Also, check out that Killer Mike, the Pledge album. That's a nice LP, so make sure y'all check that out. Also, make sure you check out J Period and Q-Tip, the Abstract, dropping next month. So make sure y'all look out for that. For all you Big L fans, make sure you check out the Danger Zone. That's dropping May 31st. A little Memorial Day gift for y'all from Big L. Rest in peace. Also, Coogee Rap, legend. Royalties, respect, and riches. Make sure y'all check out for that, man. He's still dropping some heat for y'all, man. And also, Young Jeezy, man, he said he finally finishing up Thug Motivation 103, so make sure y'all check out for that. Dead in Hip Hop.
Hey, look. This Saturday, fucking Cunnilinguist, fucking Homeboy Sandman, Tone Deaf, Dylan, you know, y'all know Dylan, fucking Senior Chaos, Four Eyes, all of that shit at the fucking 5 spot. If y'all are fucking hip hop fans and you do not come to the show, something is really fucking wrong.
Shit's gonna be dope. Shit's gonna be real dope.
My whole issue with the whole situation is I'm just fucking sick of getting on Twitter and seeing fucking grown people arguing, especially rappers
Or whining.
or just complaining like fighting with each other. Like, what the fuck? What happened to tracks?
But
If
you know what
pissed
though?
off, we're going to track.
I agree. But I think that's the beauty of. I think Twitter allows us to
See the stuff
see a little bit more about the art. Like,
But I don't care about that shit. I want to fucking.
but
hear
there
a
are
track.
people that I understand. But how many artists gonna really get on Twitter and just start dropping track after track? Twitter is like a way to engage your fans or your haters, one or the other.
If a Twitter beef turned into a track, I'd be cool with it. I'd be like, fine, whatever. But nowadays, that shit doesn't happen. They get on Twitter, they fight, and it's gone.
Cannabis?
Like,
Royce
no,
Cannabis.
yeah, exactly. The Royce
Royce
Cannabis
Cannabis
situation.
thing.
If there was no Twitter, Royce would have been released a track. He would have been released a track. He didn't release one because he was just like, oh, whatever, who cares?
Because he can sell on Twitter.
Because what?
He can sell on Twitter. He can just
Right. And that's bullshit.
You can't get it twisted now. Like, you follow a person.
go. Okay.
So whatever they feel, however they want to do or say whatever the fuck they want to say or do, they're going to do on Twitter.
No, I agree with you. And,
Okay.
and Joe Budden going on there and arguing and bitching and complaining about his chick, I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is Cannabis every 3 fucking minutes bitching at Royce. And that's why it got to a point where I don't know if any of y'all pay attention, but I was going at Cannabis. Like, why you being a bitch? Like, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear this shit. I want to hear a Cannabis track. I don't want to hear Cannabis crying and whining about how Royce hurt his fucking feelings.
And I want Royce to come back
And I want Royce to come
back.
back. This is
back
hip
and
hop.
fire
Record a
man.
fucking track.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree on that.
It's not
So
even-
Do you think Nas and Jay-Z would have been twittering and
Exactly.
stuff?
No, they'd have fucking dropped tracks.
You know what I'm saying?
So your issue is that they're beefing, but it doesn't manifest into a
My
track.
issue is we are hip hop fans, right? We want tracks. The best thing about beef is it always makes
wax,
those
man.
artists step their game up.
Yeah, put it
It
on
always makes them put out their best shit, like put out their best lyrics, you know, put the best work into the track. If there's no track coming from it, I don't give a fuck about Cannabis and Royce crying at each other. I don't give a fuck about Fabulous and Soulja Boy crying. You know, I don't give a fuck about Nicki and Kim. At least there were some tracks that came from that, but now that there's Twitter, there's no tracks anymore. It's fucking boring.
Subliminal hits and stuff too.
Yeah, it's like fuck that
You really
shit.
think it's boring though?
Yes.
To you?
I think it's boring and I think it's immature. You are a fucking adult. Lil' Kim is what, 45? Bitch, grow up. Grow up. 45, 55, she old as hell. But all I know is she a black golden girl. At this point,
A black golden girl.
you are a fucking rapper, right? Show your fucking skill. Don't get on Twitter putting up poor grammar, misspelled fucking rants. No, I don't want to hear that shit.
Give me a good diss track.
Give me a track.
But
Give
don't
me
you
a
think
track.
this is like a sign of the times, like where it's
They
changing?
need to change. Yes, the signs of the time need to change. This is still hip hop.
You know what? I agree because I definitely think that I want to hear some tracks. I want to hear what you want to say instead of just reading the shit. So I agree, and especially, it's just bickering.
Yeah.
That's all I see.
Yeah.
It's just
Wait,
fucking
wait,
bickering.
But what about Royce and Cannabis? What about when Fat Joe was going at 50 Cent? What about that?
Exactly.
Where's your fucking
Where's
track,
the
Fat
track?
Joe?
Where's the
You challenge him to a fight in a bathroom on Twitter?
On Twitter.
Fuck out of here. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Come on, if 50 Cent want to see me in the bathroom, we can hug it out afterwards. What the fuck you even talking about? That sound like that.
He said that we can hug it out.
What?
Yeah, he did say that.
Don't
We
say
can
why
hug it
you
out
meet you in the bathroom.
Give
for?
me
You
give me
fat. Like,
give
I
me
don't
a
fight
track
you in
I
the
can
bathroom.
put on repeat.
Just like
man.
Jadakiss put out Animal. You know what I'm saying? Like he made a diss track.
Exactly.
To 50.
Right. To 50. He
but
ain't go on
but
Twitter,
Fe-
man.
But FIFO has a point. We're in a new day. We're in a new age where I guess Twitter beef seems to be more entertaining than dropping a track, which is your complaint.
Yes.
He said, I don't want to be entertained with Twitter. I want a track.
Right.
Give me something
me-
that I can
be
go back
entertained
and
by
use
Twitter,
as a
but give me a
reference.
track too.
Where I can say,
Let it
here's-
follow up with a track.
Right, exactly. That's how I feel. I feel, look, I want to see the Twitter shit because I want to see what you think of right now. I don't want you to go back and only think of what you're gonna say on the track, and that's all. Because now we're in 2011. We got phones and shit that do all types of shit now. So I want to see what, as soon as you say something about me, I want to see what that artist automatically thinks and how he responds or she responds. And then I want to see how you break that down on wax. I think that, to Mike's point, I think that is missing. And I've been telling you the competition in hip hop is almost non-existent. There's no competition. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it does bring out the best in an artist because you have to step your game up. Because I can't just let you come disrespecting me. It's like if you right now if we arguing, you come to punch me, I'm not gonna just, oh well shit, Ken was mad. Fuck that. We gonna go at it. And we might shake it out and be boys after, but fuck that.
But y'all ain't rappers. If you're a rapper, use your fucking skill.
And you have to go
You're
at
not
it.
a child. Like these dudes are
Acting
old.
like they
why-
teenagers,
act
man.
like
They
they're
act like
teenagers.
for real.
Twitter to me is cool to go on there and talk shit. Ha ha ha. It's funny. But it's not for fucking adults to go on there and
Hash out your
squabble.
problems. Yeah,
Like,
hash out
come
your problems.
on. Like,
So
are
you
you
think Twitter's
serious?
fucking up hip hop right now?
I mean, a little bit. I need hip hop to go back to its essence. If you have a problem with somebody else, just like KRS said, you keep it on wax
man.
all
Keep
the
it on
time.
wax.
You don't keep it on text. No.
I have to slightly
Wait,
disagree.
no. I get 50 because I think because there's something I want to say to that, and what I wanted to say basically is that 10 years from now, when we talk about beefs in hip hop in 2011, how would we go back and refer to it? We would actually have to go online and search for the tweets.
Yep.
Whereas back in the day when they were beefing, we can go say, here's a track, and here's a track,
Right.
and say, you tell me who won. Not looking at some
Exactly.
tweets. So
Exactly.
It is doing a disservice to hip hop.
Because if somebody loses a Twitter beef, they kind of lose a little bit of respect. Like people were going at Royce because he didn't respond to Cannabis's Twitter comments. Royce was just like, I don't care. This is stupid. Fuck this. I ain't got time. So people were like, oh, Royce, you a bitch. Oh, Royce, you a pussy. No, Royce is a
stopped
dope-ass lyricist. He barely ever responded. He said like 2 or 3
He
things.
said enough. He said enough.
said
He was
like
like, okay, this is
something
done.
like
This is dumb. I
I'm
don't
done.
care.
I'm finished.
But all right.
So what
I completely agree with you. You know what I'm saying? But personally, I want to see some of the Twitter stuff, but I don't think it should just stay to Twitter. It's like, okay, I could see Roy saying, yeah, whatever, and people hating, but then Roy should have just came out, with a monster track.
And then he used excuses like, I don't want to fucking, hurt my reputation with Razzcast. Razzcast ain't gonna say shit because Cannabis was talking shit about Razzcast too.
Exactly.
So that's
it's
all
like,
I'm
come
saying.
on.
If you don't want to say something or you want to entertain the Twitter beef, by all means do so, but come out with some shit.
Right.
Come out with some
Come out
shit.
with some
We
fire,
are hip hop
man.
fans.
Come out with
We
some
want
fire.
to hear the tracks. I don't want to see you crying on Twitter. Like back in the day, like you were saying, what they had before Twitter, they had blogs. Like motherfuckers would go on blogs and talk shit, but then they still record a track. Like I remember when Vastair had that big beef with LP and them. He put shit on a blog, then he came out with a track. The track was whack as fuck, but he still came out with a track. We need that shit. There needs to be tracks. Like that's what hip hop is. I don't want to look back, like you said, in 10 years and be like, what was this beef?
Oh,
it
the
was
best Twitter beef.
It was
right
Twitter.
there. Yeah.
Because it's like who won? Who won
We
between
don't
the
know.
Royce and Cannabis beef? Cannabis did because he talked the more shit.
Yeah, so
Royce
he
never
won
said
the Twitter
nothing.
beef.
But who's a better MC? We don't know because they didn't go at each other.
There wasn't no tracks out, man.
If this is hip hop, I don't want to fucking see Twitter beefs no more. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah,
I just think, man, I just think artists just need, there's no competition in hip hop. There's no, how many times, there's no competition. There's not people saying, you know what, your shit's whack, and I'm gonna prove your shit's whack. It's not like that anymore. It's too much camaraderie. And I understand, people trying to sell and do all, but look, at the end of the day, there's garbage people in hip hop, and they need to be called out. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they get called out on Twitter.
But I'm saying
it needs to be tracked.
It needs to be tracked.
It needs to be tracked.
It needs to be recorded, goddamn.
Somebody needs
to go to the studio,
getting that
drop
ass.
yeah.
I think Twitter, when it comes to hip hop, is an issue.
So okay,
It's
Whoa,
cool
whoa,
for
whoa.
yeah, it's cool for promotion. But when it comes to promoting
pickling
competition, it's
yeah.
bullshit.
but is it for promoter competition? I think, like he said, there is no competition in the game right now.
There could be.
There should be. But
There are plenty of rappers out there that are like, this dude's whack, but they don't record tracks about it. They just talk shit on Twitter. It's like recently, there were two relatively small names, but I know them. Those Pigeon John was on Twitter talking shit about Soul, the guy from Anacon, and that would have been a nice battle, but nothing fucking happened. Instead, they just talk shit for a few days.
It's like
and
they hide behind the glass. No one.
Yeah, they're hiding behind 140 characters.
I don't think it may not be hiding. I think they may just feel like they got what they needed to get off their chest and they're good.
See what
Record
Q
a
did
fucking
when he heard
track.
Common joint, he grabbed that pen and started writing
Immediately.
right away.
He didn't call nobody.
He ain't called nobody.
nobody.
Ice Cube went to that pen right away, man. and
Only
just
person he
fired
called
him
was
up.
Mac 10.
Pretty much. That's all he did. Hey,
That's
look,
it.
man, I'm about to go record this track,
I'm about
man.
to fuck Common up right now.
Pretty much.
I'm about to fuck Common
About
up.
to fuck Common up.
That's it.
And they went out and made the hardest diss video. They was in the meat market.
I'm saying, that shit
That's like
was
one of the
crazy.
rawest videos I've ever seen.
And look what came from it. You're talking about that was the
Yeah, I
rawest
know,
video
that
I
was
ever
the rawest.
seen. I need everybody to, every time you see rappers on there going all fucking day complaining about another rapper, fucking start talking shit to them. Be like, stop being a bitch and record a fucking track.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
when I
you're
went and
right.
looked,
You're right.
it seemed like I went and looked at Canvas's page. There was like me and one other guy that was like, will you shut the fuck up? Like, I love Canvas. Canvas is one of my favorite rappers. But right now, he made it to the point where I wanted to fucking get rid of all his albums.
Because of what people putting in 140 characters, we're not getting. We could have had a killer Worse Than 5'9" track. We could have been
Right.
talking about because
Right.
of Twitter. It's like, come on, man.
Now Royce won't say. Only one that came back at him was Budden. And Budden had some nice bars on him, but at the end of the day, Canvas, you know what? And I'm glad we talked about that Budden thing earlier. That Budden shit hurt him. Because I don't know if y'all heard the Canvas track at Budden. But that was the second track. There was one that was that long rambling nonsense.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Then there was another one where he recorded a track that was against Budden. It was against Budden and Royce, but he really didn't go at Royce that much. It was mainly at Budden. All that shit that Budden was talking about with his girl and all that arguing that he did on Twitter, Canvas used it against him. Twitter hurt him. If he had not have gone on Twitter talking all that shit, Canvas really wouldn't have had anything to really say about Joe Budden.
He wouldn't have no ammo.
Because Joe Budden made himself look like kind of like a little baby on Twitter.
He always do that though.
But he does always do that.
He need to learn his lessons about, these video
It's not
chicks
that.
too.
Why the hell are you on Twitter beefing with your girl, putting all your shit out,
And then she telling everybody that you
and then
whooped
she
her ass.
going, and she beefing with you. You beefing with a model chick on Twitter,
Exactly. And now you mad because Canvas
and
that
you
shit-
made a diss track.
So let me ask you this. So you
On
would
Twitter
have thought
to
that.
her.
But that's a good point though. He's a rapper, right? He used what he had at his advantage.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The track. So you think that if he would, none of the Twitter shit would have came out, but he would have just dropped the track, you'd have been completely fine.
Drop the track.
No, I know he
No,
still
he
would have.
still- okay.
But if he didn't
He
do
wouldn't have
none
lost
of the
any
Twitter,
credibility because he was on Twitter sounding like a baby. So Cannabis was like, you talk about too hard. You over here beating up your girl. You beat your girl up and made her lost her baby. That ain't hip hop. That ain't hip hop, Joe Budden.
man.